So today's video is just showing you a little bit of what the kitchen looked like when we first initially bought the cottage to where we're at now. I think on previous videos there has been a bit of a recap because we did start work on the kitchen, but ground to a halt basically. Some of the work did because of our own work commitments. So we are not working on the cottage sort of full time. We don't live there. It's not going to be our main residence. It's going to be turned into a luxury B&B. So we just get up there as and when we can to do any of the work on the cottage. We've done a fair bit since we bought it. We've had the asbestos roof removed. We've had a new roof put on. French drains are underway, nearly finished with those, and we're in the process now of stripping back the kitchen, and we have knocked all the plaster off back to the bare bones, and we've got to do that in the rest of the house. So this is just a short video just to show sort of what we've done, the work wise on the kitchen. We had to go in and rip everything out. There was nothing that could be salvaged in that kitchen. The walls were very damp. There was plasterboard put over old plaster, so the cottage hasn't breathed in a good few years. So work is well underway with that. We've uncovered a few problems, as can be expected in a 200-year-old cottage. We knew that plumbing and wiring needed to be done, but there's a few things that have set us back that we kind of weren't naive to think wouldn't happen, but hoped wouldn't happen, but they have done, if that makes any sense. So we're just working through them at the moment and trying to do what we can when we can. We got a good amount of time spent over Christmas. We got about 3 weeks really to get the kitchen sorted and to get the French drains underway. We've got a video of that coming up. Hopefully we'll get that finished and up in the next few days, just to get you fully up to date with what's been happening on the cottage, because we have been a little bit behind with getting videos. I mean, we're taking lots of photos, we're taking videos and bringing the phone down as and when. We're not really setting up for filming because we're not really spending too much time down there, not have as much time as we really want to be spending down there. So we're doing what we can when we can. And yeah, the decision was made. I think we mentioned back in a previous video that we were going to rent out the cottage, but we've decided now to do short-term letting because we've really been enjoying the time that we've spent down there. So in that time we can also our family and friends can take advantage of, you know, coming and staying in such a beautiful place, and ourselves it's a really nice, it's only 10 minutes down the road from where we live, but we absolutely love spending time there. There's so much we want to do in the garden and around the place that yeah, it just made up our minds there that we were going to do the short-term let, and we'll talk about that in another video, because our initial plan was to go for the vacant property grant, but as some are aware, that's not an option when you do short-term letting. So, you know, big decisions were made over basically falling in love with the property. So even though it's not going to be our permanent residence, it is going to be a place where sort of ourselves and our family can enjoy and spend some time there, because even as an absolute shell of a place and full of damp and everything, it's just a lovely place to be. It's a lovely part of the world to be. Another part of the works that we need to be doing is to dig up the floors basically. There is a lot of damp around the place, so taking it back to the bare bones, like we said, we're working on the drainage and the flooring. It had been done, but it's been done very badly. So we just took the decision to dig up the floors. If we're going to do this, we're going to do this properly, and we don't want problems arising further down the line when we've got the majority of the work done. So we're going to do it now and get it done properly, and that way we can enjoy the time that's spent in the cottage rather than uncovering problems down the line. So yeah, new kitchen is in the making. We've got some plans for that. We've got we did have the kitchen planned out. We got a company to design it for us, but things will change because it was designed on the basis of a rental property. But this time around, because we're doing it luxury Airbnb, we're going for a country cottage. So as with anybody in renovator, there will always be a Pinterest board and ChatGPT on hand to design and answer questions, which we've done. And I've just popped in a couple of slides of kind of the vision that we've got for the kitchen, because when it looks as bad as it does, you kind of need a vision. And it's nice to sort of look at it and think, this, you know, as bad as it looks now, it's, you know, it's gonna look amazing. And big thanks to Paul and Claire over at our cottage. I think it's Our Irish Cottage and Garden Revival. I will put a screenshot on and link the page. Pop over and subscribe. It's another great account that's renovating a cottage over here in Ireland. And so much work has been done in such a small amount of time. And they are uncovering some absolute treasures of original stonework, flooring, fireplaces. A great account to watch. So yeah, pop on over. And thanks again, Paul and Claire, for the loan of the drill. You are absolute lifesavers. So yeah, this is where we're at. This is where we got to over Christmas. We had a good 3 weeks or so to work on the place. We had a few days off over Christmas, a little bit of a break, and we also had to, as always, deal with some setbacks of the Steve's mini digger breaking down and having to travel to the north to get new hoses and get that fixed. And just, yeah, these little setbacks now can, you know, you can lose a day or two here and there. And especially when you've only got a set amount of time to work on it, it does make it that little bit more stressful. But, you know, we're pleased with where we're at. We're pleased with where we're going with the cottage. And I'm just going to leave it on the end of the video, just some, you know, not that we're ready for them, but I have been buying a few bits and pieces that I'm going to upcycle, some chairs. I've got the colour scheme already ready for the kitchen. And yeah, if anyone's interested, I'm going to put up some separate videos of upcycling some furniture. We didn't manage to salvage much of the furniture that was left in the cottage. That was very badly damaged with woodworm and rot and dry rot. So we had to get rid of a lot of the furniture that was left. But we've got some nice pieces that we can work on and just incorporate old and new within the cottage, and just make it a lovely place to stay. So I hope you've enjoyed the update. We'll bring you a few bits more over time. We've, you know, got to show you the bits on the painting of the exterior, which we've not quite finished, with a new stable door. We've lots of things going on. We're just kind of doing what we can when we can, and we're looking forward to the next bit of time off that we get, that we can crack on and get some serious progress on the cottage. For now, I'm just going to be tipping away, getting plaster off the walls, and we'll keep you updated as and when we go on. But thanks for sticking with us this far on, and appreciate every like and subscription and comment. It's really given us a boost, because it's not been easy. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing a bit more of the journey, hopefully we'll get a video out in the next few days. Thanks a million.